What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's movie review of the new Pixar film, Lightyear. This film is directed by Angus MacLane. So after crash landing on a alien world, Buzz Lightyear and the Space Ranger Corps, as well as the civilians that they've been keeping in frozen stasis, basically for the next year have to figure out how to get off this planet, how to move back home, and they need a hyperdrive core. Well, Buzz Lightyear, being the top Space Ranger, is the one that's going to be the test pilot that's going to figure this out. But unfortunately, in order to do that, every time he travels, he goes to light speed, which causes time to, become that kind of time travel situation where he moves time forward. And it basically sees him eventually going so far in the future that he meets the daughter of his, like, I would call her his best friend. It's basically that individual, and with the help of a couple of misfit other characters, as well as Socks the cat, which is the mechanical cat that's in this movie, they basically have to go up against Zurg, who is of course the alien creature that has been attacking this planet. And that's kind of all I want to do and leave it off with, because I do want to do a spoiler filled review because I want to talk about the ending to this movie. But it basically sees Buzz Lightyear going so far in the future where he meets his friend's granddaughter, who is played by Keke Palmer, and they have a couple other misfit friends, Taika Waititi and so on and so forth, playing the voices. And with that said, this has been one of my most highly anticipated Pixar movies in quite some time, to be fairly honest. I think maybe Incredibles 2 was the last time I really was this excited for a film. It's been interesting because I am a huge Pixar fan, but I've been so down on Pixar outside of like Turning Red and Inside Out and Coco. I really feel like Disney Animation Studios has found like real true footing in a new golden age, and Pixar has been kind of left behind. Well, the pandemic happened and movies were put on Disney Plus, and there was a whole big kerfuffle and stuff like that, which is really crazy to see that Lightyear is the first film in a long time to be put in theaters, that Turning Red and Soul and I think Luca were basically reverted to Disney Plus. It's a mess. I don't care for it. I think it's really messed up that, especially Turning Red, which was a fantastic film, was put into the theaters, but I mean, it's a pandemic or whatever. So, like I said, I was really excited to see this film. I love Toy Story franchise. Toy Story is one of my favorite animated / films of all time. I love the idea of basically turning Buzz Lightyear into a real character, making this kind of a movie that kind of is the basis of the characters in Toy Story. And I just really felt that this movie was going to be something special because the trailers have been absolutely fantastic. Some of my favorite trailers that have come out from Pixar for quite a while. And even though Tim Allen is not voicing Buzz Lightyear, Chris Evans seems like he has the cadence of what could be a great Buzz Lightyear. And then on top of that, like I said, Keke Palmer, Taika Waititi, Peter Sohn, of course, is doing the voice of Socks the cat, which everything I've seen from him has looked awesome. So I was ready to see this film, and I get to see it a little bit early. And so you're wondering about my review, and my review of this film is the first half is absolutely perfect. It's entertaining, it's heartfelt, it's heartwarming, it has some interesting moments that will give you a lot of emotions, but it has the perfect feel to a Pixar movie. It really feels like these characters are developed. Socks the cat is one of the most amazing creatures to come out since, or amazing characters to come out since Hey Hey from Moana. He's a really well done character, very perfectly voiced by Peter Sohn, who is also a director at Pixar. And I thought Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear was absolutely fantastic. And I love the idea of the setup, just this world that's alien. They're trying to find a way to get off the planet. The idea of using, going around the sun, which is, if you've seen Star Trek 4, that idea of going to time travel and stuff like that is nothing new. But I was absolutely loving this. And then it's the point where Buzz meets the other characters, the other four main characters in this movie, that I started to realize that this movie has a problem. And the third act, I really didn't care for at all. I think it's really messy. It holds it back to another movie that I really don't like at all. And it starts to do some revelations and opens up some interesting, I guess, concepts that never entirely pay off, and then it just kind of weirdly ends at the end of the movie, which is just strange and kind of off-putting. But it's not to say that the other misfit characters, the cadets as they're called, they're not really rookies, but they're cadets, aren't great. Keke Palmer is absolutely fantastic. Taika Waititi is absolutely fantastic. There's another character, Dale Souls, who plays like the older white-haired woman that you see in the movie. She's fantastic. They're all fantastic, and on top of that, you have Socks in it and stuff like that. It's absolutely fantastic. But I just think the story just starts falling apart. I think the idea starts, running into some brick walls. I think the conclusion starts running into some real problems, and it really shows you that Pixar is having a story group problem. They really had something interesting to talk about with this movie, and I just feel like it just doesn't deliver. I feel like some of the tropes with the world that it is and how Buzz Lightyear views the world and how he has to move on past the world. There's a lot of like sameness stuff that you've seen a billion times before in this movie, and I just think overall I was just kind of disappointed, to be fairly honest. I think I was so surprised by Turning Red and being so disappointed by this movie that it kind of completely just kind of weirds me out when it comes to my views of Pixar now. It really is. It's a beautiful film to look at. It has some gorgeous cinematography. It is I think the first Pixar film to use like a digital IMAX camera, which is interesting. There are scenes in this movie that are pure IMAX, but it just falters so quickly. It's so weird to see a movie like that happen because it looks like it's such a promising movie. And I've been hearing some mixture things about, this movie has problems, but I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a problem. I didn't realize I was going to go out of this movie going, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's not the worst Pixar movie. This isn't like Cars 2 or The Good Dinosaur or Brave or anything like that. But as someone who's a huge Pixar fan and someone who really loves what they do, I just think this is like a middle of the road film for Pixar. It really is strange, even for my love of Toy Story and the basis of what this movie is trying to do, which is, like I said, is be part of that Andy seeing this movie in '95, which it tells in the very beginning of the movie. I don't know. I was really expecting so much more out of this film, and I didn't get that at all. And it's really sad to think about because once again, huge Pixar fan, huge Toy Story fan. Like I said, Toy Story 1 is like one of the most revolutionary films I've ever seen, but I think there is something going wrong with Pixar. I think they're having issues, and I think they've developed a really great technology. They have really great characters that they have presented, but sometimes those characters are not enough, and the story needs to have some kind of focus and delivery, and I just don't think that happens like, the last act of this movie. And like I said, halfway through the movie is when it starts kind of faltering with the storytelling. So overall, I was really disappointed with this movie. I still really enjoyed it. I'll probably go back and see it in like full IMAX, seeing the full screen and everything. But for something I put in like number 4 of my most anticipated films of the year, it's not what I was hoping for. So we'll leave it at that. But anyways, with that said, that is going to be my non-spoiler take of Lightyear. Thank you so much for watching. Comments below. I know you're looking forward to this movie. What is your favorite Toy Story movie? You can even tell me what your favorite Pixar movie is. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.